Hey Taurus, you brought this on, like this 11/11 opening and full moon in Taurus, which was yesterday. I really spent like without guilt, enjoying the best of foods, enjoying the nature, kind of like being grounded, kind of like it felt really, really full. So let's see what kind of messages you are getting during the transit that I channel, because I got so many of them. If you guys haven't subscribed to my newsletter, please do. You can go on my website, cattarot.ca. The newest one I did share with the public, and I put it in the community part of my channel, so you can look at it there and subscribe from there. Also, guys, Taurus. Let me just cut this through. My annual taroscopes are coming up. Pre-order price is half of the price, so that's going to be really neat because I'm making them during this transition, so they will be very, very helpful. So 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's try to not make me lie down on the table each time I reach out for the card. So this is called Grand Tableau. This divination method is called Lenormand. It's very different from tarot. It's kind of like very in your face, pragmatic. So these are the messages that you really need to know to wrap up this year. Well, of course, Taurus, like money comes hand in hand with love. You are not separating this. So that was like, that's kind of like interesting. But you need to be careful because many people are playing this up. Of course, if you look Instagram and stuff, like everybody's living a perfect life and nobody ever works. Why is the coffin in the house of the heart? And so if I look at this mirroring, the bear is mirroring the mice. Maybe you have some kind of like fears activated. After all, this full moon in Taurus was really about what prosperity means for us. How do we comprehend it? How do we deal with this? So you have a gentleman, you have a lady. There is some communication in between, even though there is a mountain over here. Mountain complicates. Look at this triangle. Tank. Can you see it? Why is the snake showing up? And I kind of like had a hint of that a little bit because the foxy came out over here. There is somebody who is fiercely loyal to somebody. Fiercely loyal. And that is not a good news for you. You are being seen as somebody who is pariah, or somebody who is, let's say, wearing the pants in the family, and you would say, well, nothing bad about that. I'm good. I'm down with that. No, but this is kind of like being presented in a really bad way. Because look at this. Like, almost like everybody is like talking to everybody. Look. This is like talking. This is like swirling. Lots of things. There's secrets over here. Something karmic. Right? But looking like it. That actually, that's what I was saying. Why is the coffin in the house of the heart? It would mean like the relationship is dead. And also the child is in the house of the coffin. It could be that you have dealt with a situation where there were like too many people in that relationship. It was just a place where you needed to figure it out, how to move forward, right? Especially the stork is in the house of the snake. It could be that this lady or this person is literally moving away. But it's not going to be fast, and it's not going to be easy, guys. Fiercely dedicated. This person's entire energy is focused on this person letting you go. you actually, funny enough, might not even know this person yet. So if you know who this person is, great. For the others, like, you might be committing to this person. You see the ring is like right above you, and you feel, oh my gosh, it's kind of healthy relationship, it's sex, I'm feeling good about it. But you do not know for some kind of dishonesty that is taking place, right? It's like something, especially if you met somebody 3-4 months ago, it's going to feel really, really good. Maybe you also reconnected with somebody 3-4 months ago, right? Because it's kind of giving me lots of conflicting messages. Like when I see this pass, like this looks amazing here, but this doesn't, and this doesn't, and this doesn't. So I'm not just picking a random card and I'm saying, oh, I don't like this card. I'm just trying to see trajectories. Almost like, think about it like a process, this Lenormand, almost like as if when I opened a window. And it's, as I said, like to Pisces, it's just the flashes. I open this window, and what do I see here for Taurus? And if you go on Pisces reading, I think in the first minute, you're going to see the entities showing up here, this kind of like blotches. And I'm trying to make sense. That's basically what I see. Kind of camera did manage to capture it. And I'm trying to make sure that I make some sense out of it. It's not a clear picture. And there's like something that you are not aware of, because this fox is not something you see directly through your window. See? The foxy is over here. And also the sky is not something that you see through your window. This here tells me that it could have been that there was a discussion about, let's move in a new direction. The crossroad card was here, and this is in the house of a tower. It's kind of like, okay, we need to go. And for some of you, this could mean, well, we are going to the next phase of a relationship, right? Because the ring is showing up, and the ring is in the house. Somebody might kind of like come and lie down on their feet, because this kind of like is putting here things together. But it looks to me also that you will experience some fierce argument in the house, which is going to delay the whole freaking process. Everything is going to be placed under some kind of like quote-unquote question mark. Well, is this meant to be? Is it not meant to be? It's kind of like really weird, because this fellow here, who you and him are clearly connecting, there is like this communication, and let's find a solution. And one of the solutions is like, you're contemplating kind of like a move, but since the ship is in the anchor, right, and it's also knighting this anchor, it's kind of like, where do we solidify? This could really talk about solidifying a relationship, but it could be also talking about solidifying the residence, right? I really think there is like a talk about, hey, let's kind of like moving together. For those of you who are with someone, for those of you who are with someone, this is even getting like funnier, because there was like something that you did, and that something that you did is like freaking good. It was like sort of like paid forward. But there are also some karmic debts that you need to pay. And those karmic debts, of course, Taurus, falls into your finances, and that's why the cross is falling over here. There's like something that is going to be unearthed. This is going to be something that will be uncovered for you. So this person that, if you're single, that you will meet, and it's kind of like hard to tell you exactly when. It could be anything from January to your birthday, because when the mountain shows up, it kind of extends the crap out of things, right? Because the mountain here, and you're dealing with this person who after so you'll meet somebody possibly even here, and you're going to feel good, and sex is good, and then wow, all of a sudden, like, you kind of like, you hit this 3rd date or 6th date, or like, I mean, you know, these 11 dates that are kind of like those milestones, and it's like somebody just like, it feels like hesitancy. Well, I thought so, but I'm not so sure. Then it's going to reveal that there is like some unfinished business, right? Because look at that. It's going to feel like at one point everybody will be single. Everybody. This letter, and then the birds, and then the stork, it can talk about some written word, and it can also talk about somebody waiting for divorce, or maybe somebody gets divorced and they kind of like stuns them, almost like numbs them, and they're not fully able to move it forward. So that's a problem, but it will move forward. It's going to be a slow progress, and some indication here it is that gentleman is going to isolate himself in his house in the mountains, or just going to be kind of like, everybody kind of leave me alone, I need to focus. Maybe somebody really has the issues at work, and maybe somebody's really dealing, this could be you guys, with kind of like, how do I build my future, because there are like also issues that are draining the finances and draining kind of like some kind of like perspective. It could be also there are issues with children, that they need some financial support, or there is like unexpected expense that shows up in that particular case. But I have to tell you, this person will figure out the way out of it. So just the question is, how patient will you be, my dear Taurus? So guys, the answers to what's happening in the next year you're going to find in my annuals. This grand tableau is also included in the annuals as one part. I'm also included merging tarot and astrological houses, so kind of like doing that, so every area of your life is being looked upon, and also just general forecast about it. So my dear Taurus, I really hope this helps. Looking forward to your comments, and if I don't talk to you earlier, you know that I wish you Happy New Year and all the best.